No, y'all. Okay, so here's the thing. Heaven and I wanted to go live with you all tonight, and we're going to do it from her page, but something is happening.
It all started with a moment that nobody could ignore. Cameras were rolling, tensions were already high, and then, out of nowhere, Dr. Heavenly said something that changed everything. Not just a shady comment, not just a little jab. This was the kind of statement that stops conversations, shifts energy in the room, and makes everyone look at each other like, wait, did she really just say that? Because she did. And what followed wasn't just another reality TV disagreement. It was messy, it was personal, and it pulled back the curtain on a friendship that had been quietly falling apart long before the cameras caught up.
Was you upset because what? The internet? Because the people had... Because you saw some stuff on the Twitter. That's why you was mad with Simone. I'm trying to figure it out.
You're just jumping right in.
For fans watching at home, it felt like the truth was finally spilling out, but not in a controlled way. It came out raw, emotional, and almost impossible to take back. At the center of it all were two women who once stood side by side, two personalities strong enough to carry a show. But now, instead of lifting each other up, they were tearing each other apart in front of millions. And the biggest question on everyone's mind was simple: how did it get this bad? To understand why this moment hit so hard, you have to go back to where it all began. Before the arguments, before the accusations, before the public fallout, there was a real connection.
Be clear here, Petty King, before we go down this road, and I know you probably real cool with Quad. Let's get it straight, right? Quad and us were on the outs. No, I'm saying, no. Before you put this narrative out there, Quad and I were on the outs. Yes, it was wrong to leave our friend. Quad left us. Quad left us, and she made a comment saying that she had no emotional connection with anybody there except for maybe Simone, and that's why Simone used those words.
Dr. Heavenly had always been known for speaking her mind. She never sugarcoated anything, and whether people loved her or couldn't stand her, they respected one thing: she was consistent. What you saw was what you got. No filters, no pretending.
And that's when she get all the smoke. You don't do that, girl. Who you think you is to walk up to me? Who do you think your mama is to walk up to me? That's where the disrespect come. And then when I come in, I'm a bully. I did all this. No, you come for that smoke and you can get it, but you can't handle it. And your man act like he don't see shit until it's him. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I'm gonna let it go. Bring it back. Don't come in there talking to my man, because this...
Quad, on the other hand, brought a different kind of energy. She was polished, thoughtful, and strategic. She knew how to navigate a room, how to carry herself, and how to make an impression without raising her voice. Where Heavenly was loud and direct, Quad was calm and calculated. At first, that balance worked. It made their friendship interesting. They complemented each other in a way that felt natural. Fans saw moments of laughter, support, and genuine connection. It didn't feel fake. But behind the scenes, things weren't always as smooth as they looked. There were small moments, things that didn't seem like a big deal at the time. A comment here, a missed call there, situations where one felt unsupported and the other didn't even realize there was an issue. Those little cracks started forming quietly, almost unnoticed. And in friendships, especially ones under constant pressure, those small cracks can turn into something much bigger if they're not addressed. What made it worse was the environment they were in. Reality television doesn't leave much room for private conversations. Everything is magnified. Every misunderstanding gets replayed, analyzed, and discussed, not just by the people involved, but the entire world. So instead of sitting down and clearing things up, tension started building in silence.
Than you have on Earth. And that's what the clapback was. It was just a clapback. To me, I think that's equal. Maybe I'm wrong, you know what I'm saying? But then she started spreading lies about my husband, saying I told her that he would cheat, all of this, that, and the other. She went rampant on Twitter. I kept seeing her. She kept saying I wasn't respected in the community. She would say all kind of shit. One day I woke up, she had some shit on Twitter. You know, I can't see at night.
There were whispers among the group, subtle shifts in loyalty, moments where it became clear that something wasn't right, even if nobody said it out loud. And while both women tried to keep things moving forward, the distance between them kept growing.
But here's the twist. Neither of them seemed ready to admit just how bad things had gotten. That's what made the eventual explosion feel so shocking. Because from the outside, it looked like a disagreement, but in reality, it was the result of months, maybe even years, of unresolved feelings finally coming to the surface. And when it did, it wasn't pretty. The moment that changed everything didn't come out of nowhere, it had been building. The tension was already there when the group came together. Conversations felt forced. Smiles didn't quite reach the eyes. You could sense it even before a single word was said. Then it happened.
I don't know the edit. I just know what I saw.
Let me say this. Simone really didn't want me to leave.
No.
She said it, and I know y'all seen it, but she did not want me to leave. She said that a million times, but see, I'm the type that I'm not going to be anywhere I'm not wanted. If I am not wanted, I will not be present. She told me even the other day, why did you leave? You shouldn't have left. But you asked me to. What I was going to do, run around me, running up on people's heels, running up behind them like a wet puppy? That's not how I move. I'm a big dog.
Dr. Heavenly, never one to hold back, decided it was time to speak her truth. But this wasn't just honesty, it felt like a full-on exposure. She started bringing up things that had clearly been bothering her for a long time. Allegations about how Quad handled relationships, comments about loyalty, questions about intentions, and she didn't ease into it. She went straight for it. At first, there was silence, the kind of silence that fills a room when nobody knows how to react. Some cast members looked down, others stared, waiting to see what Quad would do, because everyone knew this wasn't something you could just brush off. Quad's reaction was immediate, but controlled. She didn't explode, she didn't yell. Instead, she responded carefully, choosing her words like someone who understood the weight of the moment. But underneath that calm tone, you could hear the hurt. She questioned why Heavenly would bring these issues up on camera instead of addressing them privately. She pointed out that some of the claims felt exaggerated, even unfair. And more than anything, she seemed disappointed. Not just in what was being said, but in how it was being said. But Heavenly didn't back down. If anything, she doubled down. She insisted that she had tried to be a good friend, that she had supported Quad when it mattered, and that what she was seeing now didn't match the person she thought she knew. According to her, this wasn't about being messy, it was about being honest. And that's where things got complicated. Because from Heavenly's perspective, she was telling the truth, but from Quad's perspective, that truth felt like betrayal. The conversation quickly turned into a back and forth, with both women trying to defend themselves while also exposing each other. Past situations were brought up, old wounds reopened, things that had been buried suddenly became center stage, and what nobody expected was how deep it would go. This wasn't just about a disagreement, it was about trust. Heavenly suggested that Quad only reached out when it benefited her, that her actions weren't always genuine, that behind the polished image was someone who knew exactly how to play the game. Quad fired back, making it clear that she felt attacked and misunderstood. She argued that her growth had been mistaken for distance, that setting boundaries didn't mean she was being fake, it meant she was protecting her peace. But by that point, the damage had already been done. The group dynamic shifted instantly. You could feel it. Some people tried to stay neutral, but it was obvious they were uncomfortable. Others started choosing sides, even if they didn't say it directly. The energy changed, and it didn't go back to what it was before.
And then, just when it seemed like things couldn't get more intense, the conversation spilled beyond the show. Social media lit up. Clips of the confrontation spread quickly, with fans dissecting every word, every expression, every pause. Some supported Heavenly, praising her for saying what others were too afraid to say. Others stood firmly with Quad, arguing that she had been blindsided and disrespected. The situation turned into a full-blown debate. But for the two women at the center of it, this wasn't entertainment, it was personal. And it was far from over. As the fallout continued, it became clear that this wasn't something that could be fixed overnight. The confrontation had opened the door to deeper issues that couldn't be ignored anymore. For Heavenly, there was a sense of frustration. She believed she had been pushed to this point, that speaking out wasn't a choice, but a reaction to everything she had been holding in. But even with that conviction, there were moments where you could sense the weight of what had happened. Because no matter how strongly you feel, exposing someone you once cared about isn't easy. For Quad, the impact was different, but just as heavy. Being called out publicly, especially by someone you trusted, hits differently. It forces you to question everything: the friendship, the memories, even your own actions. There were moments where she seemed strong, standing her ground and defending herself. But there were also moments where the hurt showed through, the kind of hurt that doesn't come from strangers, but from people who know you. And then there's the bigger picture. This wasn't just about two individuals. It affected the entire group. Friendships became strained, conversations became awkward. Events that were supposed to bring everyone together started feeling tense instead. People were walking on eggshells, unsure of what might happen next. Professionally, it also changed things. The show leaned into the drama, as reality TV often does. The conflict became a major storyline, drawing attention and keeping viewers engaged. But with that attention came pressure. Every interaction mattered. Every word was analyzed. And when your real emotions are tied into something that's also being produced for entertainment, it creates a complicated situation. Because where do you draw the line between reality and performance? That question didn't have a clear answer. And as time went on, it became obvious that this wasn't a temporary disagreement. It had lasting effects. The trust between Heavenly and Quad wasn't just shaken, it was broken. And rebuilding something like that takes more than apologies. It takes time, effort, and most importantly, a willingness from both sides to meet somewhere in the middle. But at that moment, neither of them seemed ready to do that. What makes this situation so powerful isn't just the drama, it's what it represents. Friendships, especially deep ones, don't fall apart overnight. They unravel slowly through misunderstandings, unspoken feelings, and moments where people choose silence instead of honesty. And when those feelings finally come out, they rarely come out gently. That's exactly what happened here. Heavenly and Quad didn't just have a disagreement, they had a breakdown in communication that had been building for a long time. And when it finally reached the surface, it exploded in a way that left both of them exposed. But here's the thing, moments like this aren't just about conflict, they're about truth. Uncomfortable truth, messy truth. The kind of truth that forces people to look at themselves and each other differently. And while it's easy to pick sides, the reality is more complicated than that. Both women had valid feelings, both had their own perspectives, and both were reacting to something real. That's what makes it so hard to watch and so hard to forget. Because in the middle of all the drama, there's something deeper. There's disappointment, there's hurt, and there's the realization that sometimes even the strongest connections can break. As the dust settles, one question remains. Is there a way back from this? Can two people who once trusted each other rebuild after something like this? Or has too much been said, too much revealed, too much exposed? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, this wasn't just another reality TV moment. It was a turning point. And whether it leads to healing or even more chaos, people will be watching every step of the way. Because when emotions run this deep, the story doesn't end here. It's just getting started.